BRB. What up, guys? Wow, silence. Silence in the beginning. What up, guys? After many hours of fighting my fist with the internet and fighting my fist with Void Linux, I've decided that I hate internet and still love Void Linux because Void Linux based internet bad. I've come to the conclusion internet bad, Void Linux good. Kind of based actually that it's this awesome. Do I know what was causing my issue? No. Will I ever know? No. Did I fix it? Yes. Is it based? Absolutely. Finally got... No, something's okay. Okay. I finally got 4GO for CLI installed. The 4OG Forge EJO 4GO. Okay. Installed. Nice. Code Berg approved. Okay. fuck my ISP. Okay, 40. Huh. That was already there. Let's see what I need to do. Maybe it's FJ. Oh. FJ actions. Oh, okay. Wow, based learning. The fuck? Version commands. That doesn't look like how. Version custom path. Oh, repo. Maybe it is. Web commands. Oh, whoa. I will figure this out. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Get. I'm gonna get you. True. Visibility, description, template, get core, a file which files defines which files Git should not keep track of. This is used, for example, to prevent configuration files or banners from being tracked in version control. You can choose license, default branch, blah blah blah, code. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, foobar. Repo settings, RSS watch star. Okay. Clone and commit via CLI and clone and commit via web. Although we use HTTP in this guide, it's a good idea to set up an SSH-based authentication once you feel comfortable to do so. Okay. Navigate to your local workspace, optional. Make their repositories. Okay, I'm in there. Clone your repo. Oh, okay. Yeah, based. HTTPS. Foobar get. Get clone. Okay, so I still need get. Unfortunate. I thought Microsoft bought get. Am I cooked? Alright, see ya. Later, Billy. Okay. Get is not command. Huh. Interesting. Generate. Oh. Oh, I forgot the clone part. I'm retarded. Done. Wow, that was fast. Okay, my awesome glowing stack, so we're gonna CD into that. License readme. Okay, nice. Cloning into foo, done, 100% done. Okay, navigate to the clone repository. README. Option B, connect to an existing local resource. If you've already written source code that you know you would like to update ForgeRow, follow the similar initialize get repository. Get init. Add ForgeRow as a repository origin. Now you need to tell Git where to push your changes. You would like to specify booting as ForgeRow as a remote. In this example, we'll specify ForgeRow as the origin model. Remote. You can name your remote any other way. When you clone a repository for the internet, the URL that you got a copy of the repository will automatically be used for the origin remote. Your local copy of the is missing some commits that exist in the remote repository. Pushing result with error. There are 2 ways to fix this. Run git pull to combine changes, making your first commit. If you don't generate the license and README files when creating the repository, it's a good idea to add them now. Just put them in your local development copies and add them to your commit as shown. Okay. Let's see if that's already there. Cat README. Cat license. Oh. Based the 0. Now, if you ask Git about your business, you see something like this. Git status. Add changes to your comment. Git add a read.me. This command should put nothing. If you want to add and modify files in your source tree, you should run git add. But be careful, as this might add unwanted files as well. So it's a good idea to double check by running git status before committing. Commit your changes. Put your changes to ForgeRow. Okay, so it's kind of simple. Make a mark awesome GitHub list markdown down GitHub. Haha, wrong app. True. Get awesome list. The basic list. An unordered list can asterisk minus bonus. This is a list. This is a sub list. Further sub list ordered. Using git status to list new modified files, code blocks. Okay, let's do that. Your branch is up to date with origin main. Nothing to commit. Working at tree clean. Okay. Links and images. Use standard markdown syntax. Strike through. Scratch this. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. GitHub, and then I can cut. The cool thing is, after I figure this out, I'll make a repo in my public GitHub. This is gonna be for internal use and documentation, so that I can kind of have people have a place to go to where they'll be able to find all my resources that I use to find about self-hosting mainly, maybe some privacy and security perspectives that I've come across in general. Not the most comprehensive, but it'll be awesome. Okay. Okay. Oh, that would be cool. You gonna do any cube stuff? OS stuff I will be. Yeah, I'm gonna do some CubesOS stuff at some point. CubesOS is kind of like a complicated topic because not because it's bad. It just gets a lot of misrepresentation because of the resources that you need for it, and it's hard because there is two caveats to it. That is problematic. You can't use high resolution display screens really. So if you have like a 4K monitor, or a very powerful gaming laptop, or if you want to game, it's just not there. You can do some funky shit to get gaming work, but it's so it's a pain in the ass that it's just not worth exploring. But if you're not a gamer and you care about having a secure private Linux, Linux distro, actually secure, is the best option. The next best option below that is Bazzite, and the one below that, well, the next one would be Secure Blue and then Bazzite, in that order, or anything that's really Fedora. Fedora has or OpenSUSE. I mean, if you want, it just works. I mean, Gentoo does increase perspective-wise security in general, but the main problem with Linux in itself is it doesn't have good isolation. I do like that it can run multiple OSs at the same time. Yeah, I mean that's the point of CubesOS is it's actually isolating everything, and it takes a lot of thought into how it takes the box. Like, think of everything as like their own sandbox. Like, you need to explicitly have a persistent OS for my main stuff. Yeah, you can like. Also, the other main part is people want to run CubesOS and Windows in the same machine. They want to dual boot. No, LibreBoot's kind of bad. I wouldn't use LibreBoot. Coreboot's far better and more maintained. TrenchBoot would be Coreboot with heads would be a far better option. LibreBoot is just not really actively maintained as it should be, and it doesn't have a lot of support. The reason people crap on Coreboot is because it's not fully open source. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Libre. I love Linux, but I wouldn't trust LibreBoot as far as you could throw it. Heads with Coreboot would be the better option because you have to cryptographically sign it to a key. Like, if you want an actual like secure stack, you need working and actual functional trusted platform module 2.0, which you have to look at this. It doesn't really exist, but there's something called TrenchBoot. It's been around for a minute. Oh, not that. Maybe this will be it. There we go. TrenchBoot is a framework that allows individuals and projects to build security engines to perform launch integrity actions for their system. The framework builds upon boot integrity technologies, the bits, and establishes one more root of trust of degree of coordinates that integrity were not subdivided. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So you got the bootstrap phase, the intermediate phase, the runtime phase, and then, I mean, it goes through a pretty good heads. Yeah, so heads is kind of cool. Heads, Coreboot. I run heads right now. You have to know that you can't have Intel Management System doing this, so you lose some functionality. So let me rephrase this. I use Dash Arrow, which is better. So if you really want a better option, Dash Arrow is core boot downstream, which values open source. It's open source, firmware resilient, platform security, transparency. So there's Dash Arrow plus heads. This is a good way to understand it. So it's updatable, privacy, supports GNU, /Linux, improves fan policy, battery threshold, stops overheating, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So Dash Arrow Core Boot has the Trusted Platform module, firmware settings and password, Intel Boot Guard. Dash Arrow is called the Trusted Root option. Measured Boot doesn't have that, has this. Verified Boot has this. BIOS Boot Medium Lock has it. Early Boot DMA Protection has it. SMMI BIOS Write Protection, which prevents like your BIOS obviously being changed or modified. USB Stacks option, Intel Management disabled, it gives it to you. Open source, contains binary blobs, only contains necessarily unavoidable binary blobs. This is what people like fucking trip balls about, but there's whatever. Openness score, it's pretty high. Documented is a building material, easy firmware update. The thing is with Dash Arrow, you have to remember that, well, the thing is with running this, not only just the open source perspective, but you have to remember that, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Linux in its, can you send me that link? Yeah. This is just a overview of it. Dash Arrow is not owned by Nova Custom, but they get it working. You have to remember that a lot of people don't update their BIOS. They don't get the not microkernel. Yeah, I think it's micro. No, that's not called microkernel. You guys know I said it earlier on stream, like a couple of streams ago. The microcode. Microcode doesn't get updated, and people's firmware they don't update, which on a security sense is not good. And it's quite often. So if that's not happening and you build a pile of shit, you can't build a secure system on a pile of shit, is essentially what it is. But if you want to go down a really cool rabbit hole, it's just learning about like low-level firmware and hardware security. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it's a lot of reading, but it's very cool. So, some stack. So, if I'm going to run cubes, might as well do it all the way. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to run cubes, you can put Dash Arrow on anything, but if you want the easiest, most efficient way, let's do this. This is the way to go. It's just expensive. Their customer service was very good after I had an issue. After I had an issue, their customer service was really good. Do not get the 2K point K display. Do not get the high resolution. Do not be retarded like me. Learn to read. Get the full HD. Prices won't keep starting up January 1st. So if you want to build it right now, build it now. Their RAM was always kind of expensive, so I'm not tripping. But I'm glad I bought it now. You can have them do it, but you just got to go. Like, this isn't like an endorsement of Nova Custom. I had it, and they're one of the Dash Hero trusted boot guard. Already got it, and then fuses that platforms with Intel Boot Guard, achieves HSI, which is the hardware secured, I think, HSI level 3. This feature ensures that only firmware that has been cryptographically signed by Nova Custom can run on your device. If tampered with the firmware, the system will reject a start. This provides security against firmware attacks and rootkits. This feature cannot be undone. It is not compatible with management engine HAP displaying, only soft disabling, nor with heads firmware. So if you don't want to use heads and you want to get rid of it and you want to make sure that Dash Hero Trusted Root Intel Boot Guard is enabled and you want to get rid of Intel Management System, very awesome. Just so you know, that's a pretty awesome way to do it. But you cannot have heads. Core boot plus heads. And then you can keep up to date about firmware. Like, if you want the highest level of security and trust, this is the way to go. I got an AMD board with 64 gigs of RAM. Nice. But if you want to go the purchasing route, they're not super expensive for what you get. And their customer service does answer. They just don't. There was just an issue I had I was not a fan with. It was mainly the communication in the beginning that was not good. What is that kid at the bottom of the page? I think that's the owner. Not even kidding. It looks AI generated, but I think this is the person you actually talk to. Because they answered my questions. And I'm pretty sure that's the person that answered it. They accept Monero too. Like, if you want to honestly buy your laptop with Monero, that's the key killer point. They just be cooking with, like, there's them and who's the other one? Framework. But I've heard such bad things about Framework recently that, not that, like, people are just like the price you pay for them. It's like mid-tier. I would say that besides Framework, maybe Super Tough. I wouldn't trust. What's their name? The guys that made Purism. They have their own They do their own laptops too. No, thank you. They have like the Purism Linux phone that are like $1,500, and I'm like, and I really don't like that Nova Custom is making. They're in partnership with these phones. It's kind of cringe. Especially Shift phones with IOTA OS. IOTA OS is just not good. I mean, at the end of the day, user freedom. People can choose what they want. But if you're going to spend this much, if you're going to spend that much, literally just get a Pixel and put Graphene OS on it. Graphene OS doesn't ship with anything Google related. This is where people get like the misconception that it ships with Google services because it is an option. It just doesn't. It doesn't ship with any Google proprietary Google services at all. You can route everything through Graphene OS servers anyways. You can reject in the entire Google stack. You want to de-Google your phone? Get a Pixel and install Graphene OS. There. Simple. I'm going to get some Wawa. No one needs a AI snitch. What do you mean by AI snitch? You wouldn't, if you're referring to like Pixels coming with AI snitching, there's that doesn't exist. Putting Graphene OS on your phone removes all the AI. Android at its source level doesn't. The Android open source project doesn't have any of the main streamline AI stuff built into it. At the core functionality, Android, because it's open source, you can remove whatever you want and build it yourself. Oh, it's what would be invasive? I'm not too sure what you're saying. Like, if you're referring to Pixel devices having built-in AI to it, that's just retarded. And if you think Android open source project that's open source has just the AI and stock Pixel, sure, but you can disable it. Nothing prevents you from taking the Android open source project yourself and stripping out anything you don't like and just running it. Oh, he's saying you are dumb. I don't know. Not entirely sure. What he's saying. AI is. I don't really necessarily have a problem with AI as long as you can do it locally and privately. It doesn't really matter. But there's no like built-in AI to like the Android's open source project, though. I don't assume you're calling me dumb. The Icon 2020 is schizophrenic. We're probably not even real to him. But no, in perspective, if people know the risk of something, like if they know the risk of like AI and it's stealing their data and like the issues with it, and want to use proprietary software, they're more than welcome to. I just think that people don't care enough yet, and there needs to be, again, this is like something that I'm always going to repeat. People need a life-changing event in order to switch to free open source stuff. People need a life-altering event. What is the difference between GitLab and GitHub? Just core differences. Like, Forgio is same thing. I think the correct term would be just a repo hosting. Like some people, like they just have core fundamental differences. GitHub is owned by Microsoft, and people were like, we don't like this. So this is like Codeberg's another one. They were like, we don't like this. We want something more like different. So we're going to because Git is just the controller, and you can use Git to push anything. I was using Git for a long time in my home lab, just to test it out and like see what it was like, and it was pretty awesome. And just two different companies, and the cool thing about Codeberg, not Codeburger King. Codeberg actually works with the Fediverse, and there's even cooler. No tracking, no third-party cookies, no profiteering. Everything runs on servers that we control. Your data is not for sale. There's something even cooler. There's something called Radical, the Sovereign Forge. So you can actually run this. Radical is a Sovereign Forge code forge built on Git. So this is a decentralized version. Radical is an open source peer-to-peer code collaboration stack built on Git. Unlike centralized code hosting platforms, there is no single entity controlling the network. repositories are replicated across peers in a decentralized manner, and users have full control over their data and workflow. I think this is cool. Once I get this all like kind of like working and kind of like, I guess, seamless, I want to post it to something like this where it will live permanently on the internet and it will be replicated across the internet. So that's why I like putting my podcast on IPFS, because IPFS takes it and distributes it across the net, across like many nodes. So in the unfortunate event, if YouTube decides to delete my channel, or whatever, if anything ever happens where I'm no longer allowed to post or I can't post anymore, my content can still spread across the podcast 2.0 space. Hence why I picked a platform that allows me to distribute my content and my work across the pretty much the decentralized internet. And the better and more decentralized the internet becomes, the less I have to worry about uploading only to one platform and less efficiently. You know, I embrace people to take the content and like spread it how they see means. Especially in the issue with YouTube in itself is YouTube can just delete your channel whenever they want. They don't care how much money you make them. They can, unless you're Mr. Beast. You know what I mean? If you're Mr. Beast, then you're okay. You can commit crimes. If you're Logan Paul, you can do awful things and still come back. And I'm not saying people shouldn't be able to make a mistake and not, like, people can make mistakes and still come back, but damn. Motherfucker making mistakes. Me steakies. And then there's people that just upload how to buy Bitcoin, etc. And they're like, let's delete this entire channel that's been up here for 10 years. And to anybody that wants to be an aspiring YouTuber or a tech influencer, two things. Do not rely YouTube on for your income at all. And take all your videos and make sure you distribute take one day out of the month, take your content and distribute it everywhere else. Put it on Odyssey, put it on Rumble, put it on whatever. It doesn't matter about the views as much as you don't have the ability to stop me. That's all it is. Odyssey is a shithole, and there is no purpose into going in all in Odyssey until they can correct some of the bullshit that they're trying to do. I think Odyssey is a shithole for a lot of reasons, but they're built on IPFS. I actually you can download 3D if you like 3D guns. If you like those files, you want to get hand of those files, you can download them from Odyssey. You can literally go to Odyssey, download files. They are built on IPFS. That's the only good thing they've ever done. Their library token, stupid. Their whatever the fuck token they're offering now in the gay wallet, stupid. So that's kind of like the point. But that's, I digress. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to structure this. Maybe I can... Okay. New. Okay, new notes. Maybe I can do it in a markdown editor. Ooh, awesome markdown. Of course. Mark web, mark gel keypad. Doesn't VS Codium support markdown? I thought it did. Or Zen? We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. Don't save. Math. Don't save. Let's do new. Delete. We're gonna delete this. Okay. Oh, clone repo. Oh, nice. Yeah, I forgot. They have this option. Okay. For the glowies, and then we're gonna make a new folder. No, new file. I'm just gonna call it list. No. Should I rename it? Yeah, I gotta rename this. Dot. I'm gonna call it list.md. Yeah, markdown. Okay, there we go. Okay. So we have an MD. All right. History MD, license MD. So looks. I wonder if I did this in a. Okay, this is in the folder, so this should be good. It's in like my master branch. All right. My awesome glowing stack for the glowies. Yep. README. That's a README. Well, okay, so we're gonna do my software. We'll call this my software stack. So let's just do markdown cheat sheet. There we go. Markdown cheat sheet's always good. Markdown.com is probably, so we can do H1. Oh, heading. I think I guess software. Stack. Okay. And then underscore alerts, first item, second item, code. Link? Yeah, the link is fine. Extended table, fence code block, footnote, emoji. Okay, so we'll need links, some hyperlinks. Because the hyperlinks will kind of lead people to the stack that I'm using. I would say media. I could do it in like a media, like software stack will be bold, italic, back quote, ordered list, first item set. Okay, just one dot. Okay. Okay, so my software stack for I gotta really figure this out. My software stack for, I would say like, I think you gotta think. I gotta think like an average person. Most besides minus the social media part, because that doesn't really matter. I think people care about media, like photos. I guess my software stack comes down to what's my media stack. I guess this would be bold. That'd be kind of smart. No. Yeah, that'd be smart. I do have a media stack. Let me just space that out. Where is the bowl? Okay, so this is going to be the media stack. Order list one. Why can't I do one in order? Order, maybe. It will probably be this. I'll do it like this. Okay, there's the link. And then when people pick on this, so my media stack is really just, this is gonna sound kind of crazy. My media stack is really just Radar, two, I use Radar, Jacket. It's probably a more efficient way to do this. I'll figure it out one day. Don't worry, guys. Radar, Jacket, and then I do use Jellyfin. I don't like Emby, and I don't like Plex. I don't know why people use Plex. I don't know why people use Emby. Emby's closed source. Jellyfin's open source. And I run all of this kind of in my media stack. I'm going to do parentheses right here in Proxmox. There will be a high availability option that I'll add at some point. So I'm redoing my entire network and I'm doing my entire stack. I'm gonna have it in HA mode. I originally was like going like back and forth. I don't need HA mode, but I want to be as resilient as possible. I'm gonna run Tectanium is most likely my DNS server, my DNS provider. I'm gonna run my own local NTP server so that everything stays in sync and I don't have to rely on NTP on the outside in the outside world. And I don't have to really rely on DNS in the real outside world. And this isn't for privacy. This isn't really for security. This is just for pure ownership. So, but I digress. I go back to this. So I use Radar. This is kind of like my way to automation on the download side. And then Jacket is for the indexing. Jellyfin is for the media itself. I use. I hope I spell it right. QBitTorrent. I had to spend a lot of time there. And then 5. Obviously a VPN I use a VPN to get stuff legally on the internet. I just don't want them anyone seeing my seeds. I use pretty much Radar, Jacket, Jellyfin, QBitTorrent, a VPN because I seed. I don't like leeches. And then I do, what do you call it? Radar, yeah, I use Radar, Jacket, Jellyfin, Qubit Torrent, VPN. I used to use Couch Potato a long time ago when it was like super relevant. But I feel like this is it. Radar, yep, that's the download of movies. Jacket for the indexing, Qubit Torrent for the download, VPN. That's pretty much it. So this is kind of like my automated media stack. It's very easy to set up. I do this all in Proxmox, and to be honest, I'm going to do in parentheses again. Sometimes Docker. Sometimes I don't do Docker. I just do regular full virtual machines. Just regular software. Now, after the media stack, it looks like that's it. Yeah. Is it? I'm always trying to remember. I originally was doing this inside Portainer, but I was having some problems with Portainer. Now, you can put this really anywhere. So, this is where I kind of get the media stack and the movie aspect, because I think people like movies. Media, movies, however you want to look at it, whatever. It's very simple to set up. I think people should set it up. You can get movies legally, rip them to Qubit Torrent, like rip them, throw them on Qubit Torrent. You don't need Radar. Radar is just really just find. You can use Radar to find stuff and then buy it, whatever. It doesn't matter how you obtain the media. Do it legally, though. Heavy quotes. Or just buy stuff, and then you can remove Radar and just put everything in Qubit Torrent. Or just upload it to Jellyfin. However you want to obtain your media. Extended. These elements are basically adding additional features. Now all markdown applications. Okay, like. So, I'm gonna save this real quick, and then my awesome stack. We're gonna save it. Save. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna hit LS. We're gonna go to. Okay. Get. What is the get command that I'm looking for again? Okay. I cloned it. And now I'm here. If your local copy of the repository is missing some comments, okay. Oh, yeah. Create or edit a file. Now, if you ask Git to clone about your repository status, we're going to do git status. Untracked files. Use git add file to include it will be committed. Nothing added to the commit. You can create or modify files if you like. And if you want to add modify a source tree, you can run git add, but be careful. Oh, okay. Git add list MD. So this is added. Now I need to commit. It's recommended to keep commits small and focused, that if necessary can be reverted. So I'm going to do git commit. Oh, okay. Git commit tech m. To commit your changes, run git commit and specify a commit message. This will later help you and others identify. I'm gonna do my first list. Oh, okay. Oh, please tell me who you are. I gotta go in here. Yo, what's up, Jay? Gotta figure out which my email is. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we gotta do a git config. We're gonna do fed. Oh, it's admin 69. This is not a real email address, by the way. It is fake. Oh, tech. Glow ball. The fuck? What's up with that B, bro? There we go. What'd I miss? You missed everything. So, we committed our first commit. It's not here. So, let's see what we have to do. Created modded list MD. If you look at the lazy version, okay. Let's slow down. Git log. Glowy, admin69@gmail.com. My first list. Initial commit. Okay. Push your changes to, oh, okay. Git push tag you. Origin main. Appear to be a Git repository. You could not read. Oh, make sure. Oh. The option sets the upstream remote, which we want to be codeberg.org as configured previously. Username. Oh, okay. So I could do my username. What is it again? Fed68. And this should push it. Oh no. Nice. Branch main. Writing objects. Made it. Branch main to set up track origin main. Okay. Maybe this does it. There we go. It's here. Okay, so it is in the list MD. Okay, so nice. Now I want to figure out how to make it. Well, I could do it under the README. Maybe the README is better. Or make it. Maybe make the read. I could just edit here, obviously. List. I want the list to kind of show. Permalink, blame, history. Copy content, edit file, RSS feed. Oh, nice. I can make it an RSS feed. I don't know if it ever reach anyone, though. Settings. Maybe repository units, repository size, make template, make a repository private for the Chloes. Update avatar, set up your repository to automatically synchronize commits tags. How do I mirror repositories, set up pulling, get remote repo. Oh, nice. Put any required credentials in the section so I can sync commits when they're pushed to other places. Set up your repository to automatically synchronize commits, tags, and branches with another repository. How do I mirror repositories? So I could do that, add a push mirror. Huh. Optional enter branch filter. No, this will force you to push the remote repository. It will overwrite any changes. Setting up mirrors forces you to GitHub. Create a GitHub personal access token with the public repo checks. Oh, nice. So I could set this up so that it mirrors GitHub. That would be super sick, especially like I'm not going to do anything super like sensitive here where like it might expose any like things that I wouldn't want it to. I hear that GitHub is like a cesspool of like secrets and tokens, which is not good, which is not based. Interesting. So I would. So in the settings, your project. Okay, nice. And add a push mirror. Setting up a push mirror for you to GitLab. I can put this on GitLab, Bitbucket, mirror via. Oh, I can do it via SSH. Interesting. So I don't have to reset down. So it seems I'm just gonna check if the markdown works. So let's do. Where am I? Print working directory. Okay. We'll go back here. So Markdown works like this. VPN, radar. So let's do this. Footnote. Oh no, foot. I don't think it picked up the media stack though. Oh, it did. It kind of software stack. Okay, no. I made it. We're good. In Proxmox, sometimes in Docker. Nice, radar. So I'm gonna turn these into links. So damn, I'm gonna have a lot of tabs open. I hate when I have like 800 tabs open. But it's my, what do you call it? It's my red flag. Oh, so we'll do radar. copy that. And then the link. Oh, nice. It even tells me when it was. I kind of like Zed. It's pretty nice. It's very clean. So I just got to do this. HTTPS video. Nope. And then let me go to jacket. Oh, I forgot. I need 2 T's. 2 T's for jacket. I don't know if they have a website. They might just all be hosted on GitHub. Git core node control. Yeah. Okay. And then Jellyfin. The free software media. And then my favorite, Libre. It's actually like super easy to set up too. I tell people like think that it's very complicated. It's really not. And then VPN, I don't know. I don't want this to be a sponsor. Just any VPN. I'll just put any VPN. Okay. We're gonna save. We're gonna go back. We're gonna do I think git status. We're gonna do a git commit. And then a git push. 68. Everything is up to date. So this has let's see. I don't think it's been let's see. Integrated wiki. adding images using Git, a local Git client. You can add images to the root directory, attaching them markdown. Okay. Modified list. Okay. Use git at git commit tech a. Oh, damn it. I think it's Q shebang. Damn you. Damn you. See, I can exit Vim, guys. Add changes to commit. Next, you should add each modified that you file that you like to commit with a git add. And then push. There we go. There we not go. Maybe this is what it is. Okay. Okay. Ah, there we go. That should be good. Damn you, GitHub. Now, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so radar leads me there. Jacket leads me to there. VPN, any VPN. Keyboard, so cool. Works, very clean looking. Maybe I can figure out how to get the list there. So like I could do like a media stack and then maybe in parentheses a description of it, and then I'll get it to sync with my, once I get it kind of like figured out and like the flow and everything going, I'll take this and mirror my local GitHub repo, and then on manually, because I'm a psycho and I don't really care about the automation part. People are like, automate everything, automate everything. But what if I don't want to? What if I'm a sicko and I like to do everything manually? Manual good. Okay, so it looks like I just have to keep building my software stack in here. Maybe add different sections in Markdown. Everything. Yeah, instead of automate everything, everything. And then pull requests. Issues. There's going to be no issues. So, license. I want to know how I'm going to make the list the main. Oh, nice. 3 commits. And it tells me. Just commit 2 days ago. I want to know how I do that. Maybe how to make the There we go. To ensure the first people you get, you should configure the repo's GitHub pages and settings. First, go to your repo's settings tab, navigate. Oh, okay. I asked that in a really long, complicated. Oh, nice. I can open a VS Code. Oh, based. You should configure the GitHub page settings first. Go to your repository settings tab and then navigate to pages sections left. Okay. Huh. Oh, it's nice. There's actions. Code, obviously. Wow, I would say that migration, new repo. People should, instead of spending so much time in GitHub, they should spend time with their family. Oh, nice. Appearance. Okay, dark. Ooh. These public SSH keys are associated with your account. The corresponding private keys. Repo. Need help? Oh, okay. Manage GPG keys. These are public and are associated with your account and used to verify your commits. Keep your private key safe. Allow them. Oh, nice. Cool. Applications. And then we're going to go my glowing stack. How would I make this? first, though? Ooh. I can do a wiki, though. The wiki lets you write and share document. Oh, nice. I can create a page and Markdown. Maybe I'll do like my documentation. Maybe I'll do like a documentation with my wiki, though, and I'll figure it out as I go. What if I do this? Reveal in File Manager, open default app, open terminal, duplicate, copy path, copy relative path, rename, trash, delete. I don't think that's it. Can I just move? No. Apparently not. Repo settings. There we go. Maybe that's it. Ooh, deploy keys. Tags, LFS. LFS stores files in this. Okay, pointers. No LFS store actions. Runners, tags, deploy keys, branches. There we go. Oh, set the default branch request all code commits. Yeah. Branch protection. Webhooks. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I will discover how it works. Okay, cool. Get that down. All right, cool. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate y'all. I discovered how to use Git locally, and I'm going to eventually discover how to use Git mirroring wise. Always remember to look in the mirror so you know who is cool and who isn't. Don't forget to walk your snail. Make sure you comment on my videos so that YouTube knows I am a real person. I love all their policies and I have no issue with them whatsoever. They are the best platform to be on. And don't forget to pay your taxes to the IRS. Otherwise, you will have a bad time. I will see you guys